We should be coming through. How about that? Everybody see me? You guys see Troy's little emblem there? Everything should be coming through okay for that. Yes, yes. Sleep No More gave me a thumbs up. Thumbs up, ladies and gentlemen. Troy is in the house. His first big
Hello,
Monday night
everybody.
hangout. Say hello, Troy, to your Deering fans.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming. I hope you can all hear me.
You should be able to. Everybody can hear Troy. Give me a thumbs up. Can you guys hear Troy? You
Can
guys?
you guys hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, yes, they can all hear you.
Yep.
How spiffy,
All right.
spectacular. Now, this is only going to get better, folks. Troy, you've got 43 people in the chat room who are watching you. So, you know, big thumbs up, big applause for Troy. He made it here. Now, I'm sorry, but there are going to be some ads during the show. We're just going to continue on like it's not happening. All right. I can't see. I know some of my affiliates are helping me out by sending me text. I can't see the text while I'm doing this with Troy. I've got to work that out. But the phone number to call in. Now, look, you guys are going to crash the phone right off the bat. I know it. But, okay, the phone number is 513-258-5969 for this show, okay? And you call in. Troy will be able to hear it because it will go through. 513-258-5969, okay? That is the phone number for this show, and we are working on an 800 number. We're young starting out here, so you guys are going to have to work with us on that. So we'll go that route. And, you know, first question. Troy, how did you get into this before they start making phone calls? I know they're going to. How did you get started with this putting the camper in the woods? Whatever made you
Well,
do that?
it started out a year ago, actually. I got a free camper and I had the idea of living in it in the forest because I was living on this property with 90 acres. And but it took me actually 3 months to make the decision to actually try it. I had to build up my courage. And last summer I spent 3 months after that in the camper. But recently I lost my job, lost my apartment, got kicked off the property I was living on. So I moved back to where I used to live to, and here I am in the forest again.
That's wonderful. Well, at least you're living a dream. You're doing your thing. You're out there moving around. That's a good part about all this. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. I totally commend you, and my hat's off to you for living the rough life, as it would be. So, do we have any questions for Troy? You guys can call in 258-5969. It's a 513 area code, 513-258-5969. And can't try people that well. No, you have to call in to speak to us. I can't hear you in voice. Mary, hi Mary, hi Kirk. Everybody's made it in the room. There's at least 40 some of you here. I know the room will hold over 100 people, so we don't have to worry about anybody finding chairs. Just have a seat and work your way through that. Now, Troy, I am thankful, my friend, because I've known you for about a year now. You and I have known each other.
Yeah.
I thank you for being safe when that tornado went over. I understand it tore up your solar panel pretty good.
Yeah.
Did it hurt the ones on the roof?
No, I don't have any on the roof. They're all out in the meadow, fortunately, and just one got damaged. It was not tied down, and that was my own fault, but it's been there for forever, so I was surprised.
How's the bicycle working out?
I actually need to use it right now because it's so cloudy all the time.
It is. It's getting cloudy here. Rain's headed my way. I'm here in Ohio, and your whereabouts are you now up there?
See again, where am I?
Yeah, where are you?
Well,
You don't have to give exact location, just whereabouts.
yeah, I'm in the forest in upstate New York,
All right.
just at the foot of the Catskills. Just outside, I'm in a triangle between New Paltz, Newburgh, and Middletown.
Well, my wife is from Syracuse, and we go back up there at least once every couple of years, and we're about due. So you might get a surprise one of these days.
Yeah,
I need to swing by Herkimer up that way anyway, so
that'd be
a
awesome.
couple
That'd
other
be
places
great.
up there. So maybe I can drag some batteries up with me when I'm coming up.
Oh, that'd be nice.
So, all right. So we've got any questions in the room? I'm looking at the chat room. Prepper Smurf, Crawdaddy 52. Now there's a name. I like that right there, boy. Okay, so I like that. Somebody's trying to tweet me. I told you I can't pick up the Skype messages without messing. Well, I guess I can try. choice thing will flash a little bit here. Let's see. Let's see. Everybody hear me okay? Everything coming through? You guys hearing this audio? We should be coming through all right with that stuff. So, Fixed by Doc has joined us. Now, is that D Fixed by Doc? Is that my buddy Ryan? Is that who that is? It just came in the room. No way. You can't tell me that's Ryan that made it in the room. Fixed by Doc, is that really you? Oh, that's, yeah, it is. It is Ryan from up there. All right, Troy. So now, besides the, oh, what am I trying to say here? Besides the solar thing, the solar panels and the large camper, you also have an emergency camper, as you put it, at one point in time. You have the bug-out camper.
Yes.
Which goes in the back of the truck. Now, what is the large? It looks like a canvas garage. What is that up there?
That's my tool shed and storage. I have a lot of, because I live off the grid, I have a lot of food supplies, tools. I'm getting a lot of back-to-basic stuff, like old-fashioned hand tools. I do have some power tools. I'm actually considering either hooking them up to the solar panels in the future or selling them and going all manual and battery-operated tools. But that's a tool shed for now.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Now, are you... I've seen you do your laundry in the wash in the creek and the other stuff. Yeah. Are you putting in a garden this year?
Actually, yes. I did a little bit of gardening today, just to start it out with a small little planter. But I plan on putting in a massive garden.
And how are you going to? You had a Ryan lawnmower for a while. Do you still have that, or a tractor, or what do you have up there? You have anything?
I do have a garden tractor that needs a fuel pump. I haven't had a chance to mess with it yet, but hopefully I'll get that going soon because it's going to be very useful here on the property for hauling stuff around.
Yeah, it would. You know, you could pull logs with that and everything else from, you know, besides cutting grass and, you know, working in the garden with it, other things like that. Maybe you could either that or get yourself a cheap four-wheeler. That would help with plowing and disking and spading and other stuff, unless you intend to do it all by hand.
Well, four-wheelers are not cheap in New York, so I'll stick with the free lawnmower that I got and put a $20 fuel pump in it.
There you go. There you go. And free is always good, as our friend Avon CT Style says. She can afford free. I can afford free. So, yes. So what other major plans do you have for working next? I know you've been working on the camper. What are the major plans that you intend to do now?
Well, the biggest things are I need to improve the water system here. I want to get running water. I want to get something up on top of the camper to shade it before it gets hot here. And because a camper is an oven in the sun. I also want to improve the solar panels capabilities, get more batteries, and get my fridge running.
All right, now I know for, I guess they would call them like a trailer park trailers. I don't know what modular homes, whatever they want to call them nowadays. There is a rubber sealant roof that you can actually paint on.
Yes.
That is white, that will help reflect the heat and keep it cooler. Plus, it seals any cracks and leaks and stuff like that. What exactly are you looking to put over? You know, are you going to build some kind of, you know, roof over top of your place to keep the heat off of it and allow air to crawl under, or are you going to put some kind of awning over it, or what's the idea?
I'd like to build a frame and then there's some 40-foot long metal sheets I want to put up on the metal frame in the air, and that'll shade the camper. I want to put it about a foot above the roof of the camper, and that will be my rainwater collection.
Oh, very nice, very nice.
Yeah.
So, now, water. Are you talking about, I mean, how close are you to potable water?
Well, what I do is when I can actually go in to the house. My landlady, the house is at the beginning of the property, and I can get water there at the faucet. And I go through about a gallon a day. Actually, I'm using less now that I have creek water for washing. So I use about a half to 3/4 of a gallon a day for drinking.
Where does the creek water come from?
That is fresh, pure mountain water.
Okay, so it's not like being run off by streets or anything like that. It's not a runoff
No,
creek or anything.
actually, in summer, the well of at the house runs dry, and they pump creek water into their well and drink it.
Hmm.
I'm not so hot about that idea myself, so I'm going to build a pump.
Well, if you had the
Sorry, a filter. I'm going to build a filter.
right, if you had the ability to pump the water up to like a holding tank that was raised up from the creek to the holding tank, then from the holding tank, gravity feed it into the trailer, or should I say camper, into the camper, and run it that way. What about filtering it going through there? I
Um,
would think you would only need to filter the water that you would really going to put into your mouth. I mean, I
yes, yes.
understand. I understand. Yeah, you can get Giardia and other things in your eye and in your ear and in your nose and stuff like that. But,
Actually,
but
I'm using the creek water for bathing and actually for toothbrushing and for washing dishes. It doesn't bother me. But for drinking, I'm going to filter the water.
now I have a friend here in Ohio who's about an hour and 45 minutes from me, and a couple people might know him. His last name's Canterbury. His first name starts with a D, Dave, and he's got a creek that runs off a part of his property over there. And what it does is it's got a lot of iron content to it, so you kind of got to get used to the taste. But it is spring fed, and it is a drinkable creek that he uses. As long as something hasn't died around the corner, it is a drinkable creek that they use there off the place, and so that
Yeah.
he goes that way with it. So when you're out there camping and stuff off his property, you can actually drink the water over there. So it looks
Well,
like
that's neat.
one of the commercials is going to play in about 2 minutes and 54 seconds, just to give you guys a heads up. And you will continue to hear us. You will we'll kind of take a break for a moment, let you guys go through the commercial there, play it, and when it comes through, we'll jump back in real quick. Just a heads up, about 2 minutes, we'll get a commercial here. I've been reading the chat room. I haven't seen too many questions. The guys could call in, area code 513-258-5969. As I said, we are working on a toll-free number that will ring through for this, and I'll get that one. He'll be able to hear it if anybody's interested in calling. I like, somebody said the Berkeley water filter. Have you heard of the Berkeley water filter, Troy? AZ Prepper Girl.
I have heard of the Berkeley water filter, and it costs a lot. But what I'm doing is I have a swimming pool filter. It's a massive, round, ball-looking thing that I've washed it, but I'm going to bleach it and scrub it better. And
Right.
then I have some pea stone and sand and charcoal I'm going to use and build my own water filter.
Now, the only other water filter I could suggest for drinking water is one of my favorites, and that is for about $50. You can get a Sawyer water filter that is good for 1 million gallons, and then is reflushable and good, indefinitely. You just keep, after 1 million gallons, you clean it out. And it is so good that the filter was actually used for kidney dialysis and proved too good. It actually took out too much stuff, and they couldn't use it for kidney dialysis. But you can order that from SawyerWaterFilters.com. And I know a couple people in the room. My buddy Fixed by Doc's got one. I've got one. The only problem you have to worry about with these water filters is they freeze. And if they freeze, they will break. So you can't let it freeze.
So what do they cost, though?
About $50.
Oh, that's okay. Somebody said the Berkeley is about $50 as well. I didn't realize. I think there's different sizes.
Yeah.
I was
No,
thinking the expensive ones.
this thing's about as big as your hand.
Okay.
We've got a call here. Let's see who we got here. Call from Georgia. Hello, Georgia. You're on the line.
Yeah, I'm on the line.
Hi. How you doing? Troy can hear you. Everybody can hear you. Go ahead. What's your question?
Hey, why can't Troy, from what I've seen on YouTube, why can't he drill a well?
Why can't he drill a well?
They're all over the place.
Why can't you drill a well, Troy? I thank you for your question. I'm going to let you go, and you'll hear him answer that back on the room, okay? Thanks for calling in.
I appreciate it, sir.
Well, I'm thinking about drilling a well. The only thing is, it's very rocky soil here. So I'm going to have to dig down and see how deep the rocks go because I can't even drive a stake in the ground without hitting a massive rock. So it's something I'm interested in, and hopefully I'll be looking into that soon.
Liquid plumber,
Big
double
rubber commercial.
impact.
Be right back, folks.
Double
Hang with us.
impact.
I'm here to snake the drain.
I'm here to flush the pipe.
Liquid Plumber Double Impact has twice the drain clearing power with a plumber snake to grab deep clogs and a powerful gel to finish off the rest, baby.
Let me know when the ad's off. I see people groaning.
Liquid Plumber Double Impact.
All right. Hopefully.
And now, introducing first, Freeze is now in the Pro 2 field. Here come the other Pro 4s.
In sports, the National Hunting League features a physical
Oh, those ads are terrible. Okay, the ads are over.
Oh, we're losing a couple people.
Yeah, the ads are over. That's done.
Oh, we're losing them right and left.
Well, they drop out and come back in. That's the problem with that. They'll drop out and try and reconnect because they don't realize it's ads that are going on in the room. And
Right.
if you guys just hang loose, the ads will quit and come right back. It's a commercial. We have no control over that on this player as of yet. That will be fixed in a couple of weeks. We have to mirror to a different site, and that will be going on. But the name will stay the same. Everything will stay the same. You guys will never notice anything on your side, except for the fact that the ads will disappear. Once again, if you want to call in with a question for Troy, it's 513-258-5969. The question was earlier about drilling a well. Now, Troy, I have a question. Is how deep is the neighbor's well, and where's your water table?
Well, I just lost your video, so let's make sure they can still hear us.
They can. You guys can still hear us, right? Thumbs up from somebody in the room. You guys can still hear us. Yep,
Can you guys hear us?
Yep. Here comes another call from Arizona. Hold on. Hi, you're on the air with Troy. Go ahead.
Hey, I just wanted to thought about just starting a small cabin. You know what I mean? Live in this trailer temporarily and start building a nice little cabin. You know, something small, like 12 by 14, where you wouldn't have problems with stoves and what have you.
All right. So you want to know? When he's going to start a cabin, or if he's going to start a cabin?
I'd like to know if he'd ever thought about maybe starting to build a smaller cabin there, if that was something he could do.
All right.
Every day I think about it. Always. It's a dream I have.
All right.
That's about all I got right now. Thank you.
Thank you for calling in.
I hope to get a piece of land one day. See, the problem is I don't own any property, and I rent, so it's not zoned for building. And I do hope and dream to get a cabin. If I don't by next spring, I'll probably rent a cottage and take it off the grid and take this all to the next level.
All right. We missed a call. If you want to call back, I think it was somebody from California tried to call. Sorry about that. We only have so many things here. I'll tell you what, I can call California back. California, is that you that called a moment ago?
No, it's not, no.
All right. Sorry about that. Go ahead with your question for Troy.
Yeah, I was just wondering what his motivation was for going off the grid. Was it economic or certain more principles? What was his main motivation?
All right. More principles or economics, the reason why you went off grid.
Or he was just tired of it. Was it sort of environmental? Was it economic? Was it just you wanted to do something different?
Troy, did you hear that?
I hear that. It's mixed reasons. I love solar and alternate energy. I love to experiment. I love to do projects, and I love the back to basics lifestyle.
All right.
So it was both economic and more of a hobby thing. I lost my job. I lost my apartment, so it became a forced permanent lifestyle. But I wanted to do it anyway because I enjoy it.
Hey, when I first met up with you, you were doing it back and forth. You were working in town and doing other things and going around that way. So, started out as what you wanted to do, then became a necessity, and now it's both.
Right. now it's my way of life, and I'm happy. Losing my job and losing my apartment was the best thing that could have happened to me, honestly, because I have peace here.
Well, you know what? If you don't enjoy what you're doing, it's not worth it. So, you know, if you're going to find anything for young people out there or for anybody who's thinking about a career change, do what you want to do. It will be much better for you. You'll enjoy it more. And, you know, if you're going to move, move. If you're going to live the lifestyle, you know, all you got to do is bite the bullet and do what you got to do. So, you know, you're the only one holding you back. I know an old boy in Kentucky that became a millionaire, and all he did start out with somebody left a tore up semi on his property. Some guy came by and said, "I'll give you $80 for the door off that." He wound up selling parts off semis. Next thing you knew, he had somebody parked another one there, and then he bought one or two and old wrecks, and people were buying parts off him. Now he runs a junkyard. He's actually a millionaire. So can't beat that. You do what you want to do. Live the life you want. So. All right. Yeah. So we're watching here in the room. Any suggestions for anybody who's really thinking about this, Troy? Your idea, your input of what you would suggest if somebody goes, I just want to go and move off grid and live in the woods. What would you say?
Well, I would say don't plunge in like me because it's really hard. I would say start out a little bit at a time, get some solar, work on your ideas and experiment. Do it like camping. Go out in your camper, get your camper off the grid and play with it, get the feel of it, because especially in the winter, it's a shock. It's a shock to your whole system. And moving off the grid is a lifestyle change as well. I don't have a fridge. I have very limited food cooling ability. Hauling water by hand. And somebody just said it took them 2 years to get fully off the grid. That's wise. I was plunged into it. I would advise other people to not take the shock to the system. But I'm also doing this though because a lot of people believe hard times are on the horizon. A lot of people are losing their jobs. A lot of people are losing their homes, and I took the plunge to show people you can make it, and to show people what you need to do to get a comfortable lifestyle.
You know, I wonder how many people have thought about it. And I've seen some other people reviews. The ability of, you know, if you don't have a camper to move into, and the campers, you know, like Troy got his for free, so, or dirt cheap, he got his. Some people don't have that. You might want to consider one, you know, if you're really looking for a house to throw on some property, and if you got property to put it on, you may want to consider one of these tool sheds that they have nowadays. They call it tool sheds, yard sheds, whatever you think of. Some of them are very well built. Some of them are extremely able to be fixed into a miniature cabin. I mean, it's already built, ready to go. A few $1,000s. You slap it down. Some of them come with runners. Some of them come with floors to them. And you don't even need a concrete pad on some of them. They're actually made to set on the ground. So, you know, they have other things there you guys could use, you know, and think about. But think about that. You could do tough sheds. Yes, there's a million different names for them, different places that do those. That you could think of putting one down. And, you know, covering the roof with solar panels. Some of them come with doors and windows and the whole 9 yards. You know, it's like a little miniature cabin starter kit, really.
I've also thought about getting a junk camper for the frame and the hitch and everything, and gutting it out, stripping it down to just a bare frame, and building a tiny cabin on top of the trailer frame.
There you go. Well, because you are renting the area you're at, and you're not zoned to build, so
yeah,
you know, you guys could do that. You've seen tiny cabins and tiny homes and things like that, and they actually put them on, you know, 8 foot by 14 foot and 8 foot by whatever foot trailers, car trailers and other trailers that they use to haul behind vehicles, and you can buy a building built on that, you know, and go with that, little houses and stuff. So yeah, great idea. Wonderful starter cabins. And you know, if it's up on wheels like that, and you know, you got your house set in there, you can turn it however you want. So, you know, if you want the sun coming in this way and the sun coming in that way, and after a while, you rent a place for a while and decide you want to move, all you got to do is hook to it and drag it on down the road.
Yeah, that's another thing. I've been looking at because I'm mobile and I never know when I'm going to get the boot again, or who knows what's going on. I was looking at the ones with the slide out sides. the campers.
Ah.
And I was wondering how hard that would be to build a nice little cottage on wheels with slide out sides. You could build a nice looking place like that.
It appears some people said they got booted. Oh, let's take a call. We got a call from Georgia. Hi, Georgia. You're on the line with Troy. Go ahead.
Hey, what about somebody going from campsite to campsite off the grid?
Campsite to campsite off grid.
Yeah, what specifically is your question?
Well, so what is the question on that?
Yeah, but trying to live like that.
Trying to live like that. If somebody were trying to live from campsite to campsite off grid, basically you live in a trailer or a camper and move from campsite to campsite.
Yeah. I think it's pretty cool if you can afford the way of life. I looked into it and I thought it was
Let me let you go. I'm starting to get feedback. I thank you for your call.
No, I think it's interesting, and it could be a very fun and exciting way of life. I met a guy once that lives in a school bus and drives across the country from place to place.
Now, we should have room for 100 people in the chat room, at least 100 people in the chat room, and I know there's not that many in there now. There's only 70-something, so somebody says they got booted. If for some reason you should drop out, you can come back in.
Somebody says
on the phone speaker, Rich. Okay, I'll give that a shot for the next one that calls. I'll try and turn that up a little more.
If anybody wants any more personal information or details, please come over to the Do-It-Yourself World Forum.
All right.
Your first 3 posts have to be manually.
Hold on a second, Kansas.
All right.
Go ahead. All right, Kansas, go ahead with your question.
Hey, this is Chad from Kansas. My question is, I wanted to know, is Troy going to do some work on gray water systems around his trailer this summer?
Gray water systems. How's that? Does that sound okay in the chat room for you guys? Oh, they hung up. All right.
Yeah, I plan to. I'm not sure right now. I have a hole in the ground with some gravel that it runs into, and I'm just using natural soap, my own homemade soap. It's just lye and oil. Okay. So it's perfectly safe, but I've been thinking about making a pond with some aquatic plants just for kicks, just to get the experience of it. Once you start using more water, then that becomes a more feasible option. So I'm looking into it.
All right, so you guys can leave messages at is that right, the DIY World? You guys can contact him back that way. Also, you can leave a message for him, and I will make sure it gets to him here under Contact Us on this website, aroundthecabin.com. You can go up to the top to the Contact button, bring that down, and there will be a Subject button, and the Subject button actually has a Questions for Troy. You can leave that in the comments there, and we will make sure Troy gets those, and we can also read those questions to him next week before his next... You are going to do a show now once a week now, right, Troy?
Yes, we are.
That's what we're shooting for, unless problems.
Yeah. Once we work out the bugs, it'll get better and better, and hopefully, I'm really hoping we can allow more people in on the voice chat.
Yes, we're going to shoot for that. We're going to work the bugs out as they come along. We have to start somewhere, folks, and this is where we started at. So you can only start with so much, so a little at a time.
I see. There's a couple comments here. Let me answer a few of these because it's fast. Speak it. First of all, I wanted to mention the forum. A lot of you guys have personal questions. Come to the DIYworld.com forum. Join up. Your first posts are not visible. I have to manually authorize it because of spam. But please come on over. I'm happy to help anybody and everybody. If everybody joins the forum, everybody can help everybody. And I have to say I've learned a lot from you guys too. So thank you.
Now you did have a question from the lady up here, I thought.
I see somebody is Troy getting paid for this. No, I'm doing this for you guys. And actually everything I'm doing here, the videos and everything, is free just to show people how it can be done. About the fridge. I have a brand new standard refrigerator in my camper that is not plugged in because I don't have enough battery power yet, I don't think, and my inverter can't handle it. So I'm going to have to get a pure sine wave inverter that can handle the current, and then I'll try it on these batteries, and if that's not enough, I'll have to get 2 more batteries, and then I'm pretty sure I can run the fridge. So, and somebody asked about guns. That's a subject I never ever talk about in public, so sorry.
No, I don't. I have done 2 gun videos that I show. I normally do not show my own firearms. Not something that is normally done with a lot of people. You know, sometimes you have public life and sometimes you have private life, and you know, they may mesh a little bit. You could show a couple of things, but other than that, for most preppers or homesteaders or things like that, there are just some things that you don't want to let too many people know about, because you know, a lot of people can find us where we're at. My stuff's very, very out in the open, and you know, I used to work for the government for many years, so I invite people to come by.
No, I invite anybody who wants to come over and visit the OffGrid project. Please get a hold of me. I would be very happy to have visitors out here. Again, you're never going to see any guns because that's something I keep hidden in private, and I don't trust the government. It's not the people I'm worried about, it's the government. But anyway, please, anybody that wants to come out, come on over. Let me know and arrange a weekend. You can come visit.
And is this being recorded? Yes, this is being recorded. It is being recorded by the Ustream player, and the Ustream player will then have it back that we can post it to the website here if everything goes correctly, which we're crossing our fingers and hoping all that goes through at this point in time. Dealing with other things at other shows later on, I will be recording them personally here back through the player that I'm using. It'll go that way. Troy getting paid? No, none of us are actually getting paid. Oh, we got a commercial.
Is the commercial playing?
Yeah. They can still hear us.
Now's the time to save 5% off every day with your Lowe's consumer credit card. Visit us right here at your neighborhood Lowe's store. Lowe's, never stop improving.
Anyway,
one more commercial. Hold on.
Yeah.
About another 15, 20 seconds. Aggravating, I'm sorry. Yep. Sorry about the commercials. We are back. Everything should be going good there. Sorry about that, people. As I said, it will get better. I'm sorry. All right, so Troy, go ahead. Anyway, you said.
Yeah. So, where was I? I forgot where I was.
Anna, Anna, I hope I said that right. I'm sorry, Anna. Said with the commercials, you should be getting paid. Actually, the player is free, so that's why we got the commercials. And everything's being paid for. The powers that be, I have to tweak and try and get money out of. So as of next month, there will be a paid player and dedicated server to it. So that's why it will go without commercials beginning of next month. I'm trying to get that into effect now, but the problem is for that, they have to shift everything from one, what do I want to say, server? I'm not a computer guy, so one server to the other, they have to shift those things over, and we'll go through it that way. But it is in the plans, and you had to start somewhere, and I got them to put this much up. So
somebody asked, what's the number? You want to type it in there real quick?
What's the number? The number is, Castle Mum keeps throwing it up for us. Thank you, Castle Mum. The number is 513-258-5969 for this show. So
there it is.
Once this show goes through, you call the number, you won't be able to get a hold of Troy. So while he's here, you can talk to him.
Let me see what else we got going on here. Well, it's been cold nights. It's been really cold nights here. To be sparing on the wood because I'm hand cutting my wood. The stupid chainsaw isn't working.
Here we go. Virginia's calling. Hi, Virginia. Welcome to the show. Go ahead with Troy.
Hi. I posted a couple of things for Troy. Number one, I talked about, I sent him a link to I believe, I forgot the name of it's a starship, Earthship.
Oh, yeah.
And when he was thinking about building his cabin, I thought maybe he would look into that Earthship style of a house, cabin. Has he ever thought about that? I'll hang up.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah, I've been considering it. Again, I don't own my own place, so the problem is I have to stay on wheels because of zoning. So I do plan on making like an Earthship type of cabin one day. I want to have a heavily insulated, nearly zero energy efficient cabin. Hopefully next year, but let's see what happens. And if things go well, I'd like to build it myself and continue the videos right on through. So By the way, I have more ideas than I do have time, so I have a book here that I'm adding my notes and ideas to. So don't worry, I've got enough video to go for the
And
next year.
somebody
So
mentioned Skype. With Skype, you can only have about 24, 25 people in the chat room, and then you can't call each other. And I don't know if you guys have ever been on a large Skype call. It's ridiculous. And yeah, so Google Plus, there's limits also. So we appreciate it. Okay, let's try here. Hi, you're on the air.
Hi, I just had a quick question for Troy.
Sure.
It's about the videos. Is there any way to get you to maybe post more videos or maybe longer videos so we can learn some more?
yeah, when I get a better phone, this thing's disgusting.
Alrighty, well, thank you for your call. Yes, when he gets a better phone, when he gets more stuff to be uploaded, because he is so far out, it is hard for him to get the videos.
I realize he's busy.
So, thank you for your call.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll continue on that comment for a second. Sure. I realize a lot more people want more video, more time. Somebody thought about, have you thought about getting companionship? Well, I don't know if anybody wants to live this life. I just saw a comment on there. Yeah. Anyway, I'm out here. The phone is pretty rough. The phone keeps dying on me, so I need a new phone. The battery, I have to charge it 4 or 5 times a day. The reason I didn't get any videos up this weekend, I was out for the whole day each day. I got back and my phone was dead. And it takes an hour or so to charge up. It's just frustrating. So I'll get a new phone. Once I'm done with this move and unpacking boxes and finding my stuff, I'll have more time. And maybe I'll start doing 2 videos a day. I want to get back also to the do-it-yourself projects and experiments that I always did. So there will hopefully be a lot more coming out. And yes, the DVD will be done at the end of the year.
Yep. And the phone number is, I don't know who Russell91111 is, but it is 513-258-5969 is the actual number to call in. And I don't know who, our off-grid solar cabin.
Somebody asked about the DVD. Let me mention, at the end of the project, basically at the end of this year, I hope to have completed enough experiments in my off-grid camper that I can show people how to get their home off the grid on a budget.
All right, got another call from California.
Back to this. I'll come back to it in a second.
All right, hello from California.
It's not from California. It's the dude.
Oh, it's the dude. Okay, with a hidden phone number. I see how you are. How you doing, dude?
No. I did this for a reason. What this is this phone number you are currently seeing is actually the Google calling number.
Ah, okay. All righty. Well,
I just want to say, hey guys, and I'm checking in. And of course, check in with me tomorrow, and I'll let
that's right. Dude show's on tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the show. Dude Jerky Channel, the 80s podcast man himself, will be on here with his rolling cavalcade of
some kind of content.
Some kind of content. All right, dude.
Well, before we hit, I'm sorry, we had the show of what was it? The free rolling cavalcade of zero content. We were just kind of filling time. This time I will actually have some kind of content, I think.
All right, now we're gonna get to see your face.
No.
All right, dude. I thank you for calling, man. Let me jump back off here with Troy.
Absolutely, folks. Thank y'all for coming in tonight, and good times. See ya.
All right.
I was where was I? I was talking about my the future. Okay. At the end of the year, I hope to have enough projects done that I plan on writing a book about how to get off the grid. So everybody, I'm doing this. I'm doing some hardcore experiments here. I want to really experience the worst of it all, and then I can go through different stages to show people different levels of getting off the grid. And I plan on writing a book and doing a documentary video at the end of the season. You can find at the offgridproject.com, you can, on the homepage, scroll down a little bit, you can pre-purchase those if you'd like, and the money will help actually to support the project to help complete them so I can get that book and DVD done.
Hey, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Greg. I just want to know if Troy
If you need some more, what'd you say, wood?
Yeah, wood.
Well, you need some more wood,
I
Troy.
have
You have what?
You have what?
I have a bunch of trees that fell over like the end of last year, and they're all pretty dry.
Oh, the problem is, if you're 2 hours away, my truck gets 10 miles to the gallon, and that's the biggest problem.
Yeah.
I have plenty of wood here, though, that for now.
All right. Thanks for the call.
Yep, bye.
Yeah.
Now, you did have a... Hold on a minute, Troy. Now, you had a question in the room, and we thank you for offering the wood to Troy. Sultan Derek says, small DC pump. Oh, hold on a minute. Scroll back up here to it. Small DC pump for the creek. A small DC pump for the creek?
Yeah, let me answer. I see a couple questions. AZ Prepper Girl keeps asking about a dog. I have considered a dog, but they're noisy. They eat a lot of food. They cost money. My cat, she's cheap. She's really cheap to maintain. So, I'm sort of sticking with a cat for now. I have electronic surveillance and homemade security devices, so that's fine. Somebody asked how my health is. I'm feeling better than ever and actually stronger and more fit than ever before. The creek, somebody just said just what I was just going to say. The creek is too far away from the camper. It starts out at the road up by the front of the property and angles out about 1,000, 2,000 feet away from my camper. So when I go to fill up my tank, I put it in the back of the truck, go fill it up by the creek, and drive it up to my camper for now.
We got New Jersey on the line. Hold on. Go ahead, New Jersey.
Yeah, is this Troy?
This is Rich, and Troy's listening. Go ahead.
I'm here.
I'd like to ask him a question about his solar stuff.
Sure, go ahead.
I currently live in New Jersey and would like to show him some of the designs and things. Is there a way for me to be able to get in touch with him?
A way to get in touch with you about designs?
Yeah, here.
Hold on. Now, can you hear him on... thank you for your call. You can hear him while he's talking on a computer, and he'll tell you how to do that, okay?
I just typed my email. It's info@thediyworld.com. Please, anybody who ever want to contact me, the forum is better if you want to learn stuff and discuss stuff. But if you need to get more personal, send me an email.
Info@thediyworld.com is your way to get a hold of Troy. Info@thediyworld.com.
And if you're near, by the way, anybody in New York, New Jersey, or nearby, I am very interested in meeting people. So anybody ever want to come over to the camper, hook up with me, let me know. If you got something you can share with me or teach me, please, by all means, contact me.
Hey, get over there and get yourself on video with Troy.
Yeah.
There you go. You know what we could do? We could do that. Videos with Troy. They could send videos back to you, link up with you, and then a video with Troy. Whatever goes good, we'll give an award away for a video with Troy. Somebody will win something. We'll give a freebie away on something like that. Maybe that'd be a contest we can come up with. Something like that. Get your picture taken with Troy.
I also will be having some stuff to give away soon. I have companies contacting me who want to use my popularity, and I have no problem with that. If people want to give me something to give to people, everybody type in the chat, what do you guys think if I start giving stuff away? Anybody against that?
Anybody against Troy giving stuff away? I don't know, Troy. I mean, maybe you ought to send it to me first to check out before you start giving it away to everybody. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, some companies want to give me stuff to give away. So
give you stuff to give away. As long as you don't have to put your name behind it, as long as you don't have to say, hey, this is wonderful, I use it all the time, and lie about it, I don't have a problem.
Yeah,
I got a lot of contact with that myself, with different people that wanted to ask you to do stuff, and you know how it's like, you know what it's like, and they want to do all those kind of things. Would you think about traveling for a show, Troy?
Yes, I plan to do so if I ever get my car back on the road again.
Okay.
I very much would like to start doing some traveling shows. Once a month, I want to go for a week and see people.
All right, we've got a caller on the line from Pennsylvania. Go ahead, Troy can hear you.
Yeah. Hey.
Hello?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay. Hey, brothers. Yeah,
Yeah, I'd be interested in hooking up with Troy and all those other like-minded individuals. I don't live probably more than a couple of hours.
All right. Well, you can get hold of him at info@thediyworld.com.
Yeah, that's the best way.
Leave your phone number and whatnot with him there at the DIY World, info@thediyworld.com. Get hold of him over on his website, The DIY World. And you can get hold of him that way, and I'm sure he'll be happy to change numbers with you, okay?
Yeah, the best way to get a hold of me is with the email.
Would it be okay if I left a personal message at the YouTube thing?
As long as you make it personal. Don't leave it out where everybody else can hear it.
No.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm aware of that. That's cool.
What'd you say, Troy?
Yeah, go ahead and PM me, but the best is use the email, send me a private message, and I'll get back to you.
Yep, send him a private message, he'll get back with you.
Hey, that's great.
All right, thank you very much for your call.
Okay, then. You guys have a blessed evening.
You too, thank you. Well, we missed a call. Let me give them a ring back, see if this will go through. I'm calling you back. I'm calling you back because I can. Ha, ha, ha! Okay, now they're answering. They're scared now. They're scared now because I can call them back.
Yeah.
All right, 513-258-5969 is the number. 258-5969 is the number. So, I forgot to sign in one of my associates for the chat room. I really don't want to bump anybody out on the first night of the big show here in the chat room. So, yeah, straighten up in there.
Somebody asked me
258-5969. But I do have all your IPs, so yes.
All right. Yeah.
I know who you are.
Companies don't have to tell you everything that's in their product.
A couple questions on the chat I want to reply
Johnson
to.
Isn't just
Actually,
a company.
somebody mentioned to me about shading the solar.
Who cares about yours?
Oh, all right.
That's why we're working to share all of our ingredients right down to the fragrances and dyes. So with products like Windex, you know what you're bringing into your home. Going beyond the industry standard, that's the family standard.
Yeah, I don't hear that commercial,
Yeah,
so...
I know you don't hear it. I've got it playing on this end, and I try and make it as easy as I
Companies
can.
don't have to tell you everything that's in their products.
All right.
But SC Johnson isn't just a company. We're a family who cares about yours. That's why we're working to share all of our ingredients right down to the fragrances and dyes. So with products like Windex, you know what you're bringing into your home. Going beyond the industry standard, that's the family standard.
Are we back on yet?
We are back on now. You got a comment from North Carolina. Go ahead, you're on the line. You still there, North Carolina? Hello?
Yes, I am. This is RV Homesteader.
RV Homesteader, you're on the line with Troy. Go ahead.
Yeah, I made a suggestion to our buddy here that he try putting Band-Aids on his microphone.
Putting Band-Aids on his microphone.
For the wind noise.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, thanks. I got to try that out.
Have you tried it yet? He said no, you hadn't tried that out?
I haven't tried it, but I have not forgotten that. Thank you.
Okay.
So worth a shot.
Yeah, but I need it.
Actually, I'm kind of living pretty much the same way he is.
All right.
Under 36 foot degree.
All right. Well, that's good to know. More people out there doing it. I don't know. I don't think I can fit my microphone into a camper at this point in time. That's my problem.
Yeah.
Thank you for calling in. Thank you for calling in. You have a good night. Well, that's nice to give you an idea like that to, put a Band-Aid over the microphone. I need a bigger Band-Aid. My microphone's too big.
I want to thank everybody again because I'm learning so much from people, as well as teaching people. I'm learning a lot. Somebody had mentioned the solar panels. I actually went out. I didn't do a video on it today, but somebody mentioned shading the solar panels to lower the voltage. Well, I was trying it with a blanket folded up repeatedly, but somehow that thing was still kicking out 36 volts. So I think I'm going to try with some pieces of wood, because you have to completely block out the sun. So I'm experimenting.
I wonder if a solar, not solar, excuse me, what do I want to say? A Mylar blanket. But then I'm afraid whatever light would get in. See, that's my thought now. Whatever light would get in would just reflect. You know what I'm saying? Would bounce across the thing. And it may be the same with the blanket. There may be enough light leaking in that it's actually trying to draw across.
That's what happened. That's what happened. It didn't produce as much current, but it had enough light to produce the voltage, which is too much for my system.
Now I'm wondering,
aluminum foil.
You have to cover one entire section.
Yeah, somebody mentioned aluminum foil. It's not a bad idea. I can tape that on. I can even try that tomorrow. That's cheap just as well. So thanks for that, Robert.
It must have been an Elvis fan, because you always knew where Elvis was staying because of the aluminum foil on the windows.
Yeah, well, I must be, yeah, because I got it everywhere in here.
There you go.
Somebody said DC to DC converter. The problem with those is they convert from 24 volts to a precise regulated 12 volts. And you need 14.5 volts to charge a battery, so it just can't work. Otherwise, I'd happily do that.
Now,
I thought about a zener today as well. I was thinking about diodes to bring the voltage down.
Yeah,
so
bring the voltage down.
You know, the comments here are just, any kind
of resistor would bring the voltage down, wouldn't
it? Yeah, resistor reduces current.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay, true. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, a voltage divider. The thing with DC, you have to convert it to AC. So that's the problem with that.
AZ Prepper Girl, which is very popular tonight with her questions. She wants to know, what kind of RV do you have, Troy?
Yeah, it's what is this thing? I forgot, actually.
You're in it, buddy. Don't ask me.
I forgot. I'd have to look outside on the side of it, but it's a 32-footer I got for free off Craigslist.
32-footer for free off Craigslist.
I'm not complaining.
You know, we had a person down here in my neighborhood. I'm just north of Cincinnati here. They gave away a car, a running good car, about 2 years old, because they had actually hit part of the lottery. They had bought the car when they were in a bind, and now they felt that it was just a way of giving back, so they gave away a 2-year-old perfectly good running car to somebody for free to help them out after they hit the lottery, and they're continuing on with that. So there's a lot of good people out there on Craigslist, a lot of stuff that goes on.
Yeah. My truck camper was free as well. Somebody just asked about my roof. Well, there were 2 leaks on my camper, one at the very front and one at the very back. The problem is they had never fixed it, so water got in for a long time. That's why there's no ceiling above my couch and where I sleep. And in the bathroom, there's no ceiling. It was rotted to nothing. It was just disintegrated. And I'm fixing it. But hey, so far I put $100 into this camper total in repairs. And, you know, it's great.
OffGrid Solar Cabin says, just need a bunch of people to make a pot and add cash to it to buy you an MPPT charge controller, and you could use the high voltage to recharge a 12-volt system. Well,
that would work, but it's a big world out there. I don't know how you'd pass that pot around.
Yeah, you don't. And then asking is one thing. You know, people making a donation, that's up to them. But you know, really don't want to ask people for money. No e-begging kind of thing. So, you know, if they want to do it, that's up to them. Out of the goodness of their heart. But you know, just be, hey, please send me money so I can do this. You know.
I agree. I have a donate button on the channel and on my website. It's all through. They've always been there. I have no problem with donations, but I just don't like to ask, because then it becomes a begging thing, and that's just not. It's not. Just doesn't sound right.
Yeah, and then the donations that go here go right back into the website. You know, nothing goes back into anybody's pocket. Everything goes right back into the website to help out with stuff. So, yeah, can't. You know. We don't push ads and this, that, and there, but if people want to add, you know, people want to give, people give, and that's up to them. We're not going to stop them. People like different things. It's like giving to PBS, you know, public broadcasting, things like that, and all kinds of goodies. It only makes it better for other people. So it's a wonderful world out there. Now, Troy, you got food up there. Is there any? Uh-oh, we got another call here. Hello, it's Dude again.
from California this time.
Uh-oh.
I'm doing it over Google, so I'm getting kind of a funky feedback.
All right.
The question I have for Troy is, and a lot of the guys I see on YouTube that live offline or off-grid, how do they get an income? I know some of these guys have disability. I'm just kind of wondering, Troy, how much do you live on a month, income-wise? Because that's always the mystery to me on how all this is done. You know, you need some sort of income, and how much do you guys need to live on to do that? I know a lot of your stuff is cheap, and, you know, you do things, you build a lot of stuff by yourself, but I'm always just curious on how you guys, you know, get by on so little. And, you know, I always think there's got to be an income somewhat off to do that. But I know some guys work, but others I've seen do it and they're not working, so I'm just amazed how people do it without a good source of money.
Okay. So the question is, does Troy wish to reveal how much income he brings in to live on, or how much his normal expenses are?
Well, I have...
Thanks for the call. We'll get right back to you, okay?
Yeah. I have nothing to hide, and, you know, I decided to sit in front of the camera and do this. My expenses, I think I calculated it as $500 a month. With my cell phone is $100. It's insane, but I'm stuck with it. And my rent is $200. My car insurance is $50. My internet hosting is $50. And I think I missed something in there. Well, anyway, I came up to like $500 a month. $400 or $500 a month.
And that include food?
No. I am living off my preps from previously.
$100 for a phone? What the they said.
Yeah, I have. All right. A lot of people ask me, how do you get internet? I have Verizon Wireless. Yep. Verizon has the best coverage. I sound like a commercial. I hate it. But anyway, Verizon has the best coverage. I can be in the mountains and have internet. But it's the most expensive. So I'm stuck.
I see people who are complaining for $100 for a cell phone. I'm sorry, folks, but I have 5 people on my cell phone plans. Each one of us, including one person that's in my family, that's in Arizona right now and lives out there, per year, I'll let you guys figure it out. It's about $400, $350, $400 a month for all 5 cell phones. I pay $4,000 a year for a cell phone.
Crazy.
So now people can stand around and go, you know, and I use Sprint. So, yeah, sometimes there's a little more, sometimes there's a little less, but my average per year for cell phones is about $4,000. So.
Yeah, see, I'm paying $1,200 a year. It costs. I mean, you're going to have that, but it is. I do have internet. Pretty much, I've driven from New York to Michigan and back to visit my family, and up to the border of Canada and back. I've been down to West Virginia and back, and I had coverage everywhere, which with my lifestyle, that's important. So I guess you pay for it.
See, my life, yeah, you do. You've got to pay for what you got to pay for, and because of the traveling and the other things that I have to do, I can actually run the shows from my cell phone.
Oh, I forgot to mention about, where do I get my money? Yes, so the second part of that is I do make money off ads on my website. I try to write do-it-yourself articles. By the way, anybody can write articles on the Do-It-Yourself World website. If you're doing any articles like I did soap making, or I don't care if you got a recipe or whatever, please feel free to join up.
And here we have articles you guys can write, and contributing hosts and contributing articles. You can do that also here at Around the Cabin. So we can cross back and forth with Troy, and we get a feed from Troy that comes over from his show also over to here and his website. So you guys want to write stuff for Troy, send it on over there. Get over there and check that out. The DIY World.
The more articles on my website, the more money, because right now AdSense is my only source of income. And honestly, it's tough. I have been foraging for, I don't want to sound sad, I actually like wild foraging, but I've been eating fish from the pond and wild foraging quite a bit. And the only things I'm buying from the store right now is I keep eggs and cheese on stock, and sometimes some heavy cream for my coffee, and that's it.
Yeah, they got the dandelions, and a lot of things are blooming here just north of Cincinnati for myself, and I did make salads the other day. I go out and pick stuff. I'm a forager myself. I've been doing it for many years, living out there. We collect nuts every year and everything else, so foraging is not a bad thing. You guys even in the city would be surprised what you can find and what's edible around you. Just make sure it's not sprayed and what's going on there. So there's a lot of stuff. Look for cattail shoots. Yes, there's cattails are like the Walmart of the the wild world, man. There are so much stuff.
Oh yeah.
You know that slimy stuff on the inside of the cattail. That's actually an antiseptic that you can get out of there. And wild onions, scallions, wild garlic. Now, you guys know the difference between wild onions and wild garlic? If you don't, you better look it up. A lot of people around here, they go, "Oh, that's wild onion. I cut it in my grass." And I go, "No, that's garlic. It smells like onion. It's hollow. It's garlic."
And I'll tell you, that's how I used to get sick all the time, and I switched to natural foods and herbs. And if I ever start to feel like I'm coming down with something, I'll grab a handful of those and I'll rip the bulbs right out.
Yep.
And I'll eat them. And they do bite. You're right. They are wild garlic because they bite like garlic. Yep. They bite back.
And wild rams is wild onions. Got more of a flat leaf to it. In most places there are some, but you have to know what you're doing. And if it doesn't smell like an onion or garlic, don't eat it. Don't eat it. If it doesn't smell like onions or garlic, don't eat it, because it could be like a death camas if you're out west or something like that. And there are some other nasty things, Star of Bethlehem and things like that you don't want to get hold of. Fiddleheads. You got fiddleheads up there yet?
No. Right now the grass is only just starting to turn green.
Oh, fiddleheads.
So
now I'm starting to get hungry now.
Now, although, see, I'm in Pine Bush, so it's a little bit cooler here. There, I said it. I live in Pine Bush, but anyway, it's cooler here. We're up by a mountain, and where I used to live was warmer, although it's not that far away.
Yep.
So
you should get Virginia Mobile. See, off-grid solar cabin. Troy, we both live off-grid and understand the life. It's a big change. You jumped into it. We took our time. Both huge change lifestyle.
Yeah, I'm reading all that. Yeah. I have seeds. Somebody asked if I have seeds. I have a ton of seeds. And
now, I got something Troy may not know, but I'm going to tell you guys something. You come to his websites, he's getting money off AdSense. On our website here, aroundthecabin.com, if you go to Troy's host page, and you'll see the links, you guys can go directly to his website from here. And if you see embedded videos from Troy over here, if you click on them, it will actually go to his page, and everything you click on for Troy here, we've got it set up. And I don't know if Troy knows this, but Troy, what you click on this website actually feeds AdSense to your website.
Yeah, you told me that.
Yep. So you guys actually coming here and checking out things and going there, you're actually helping Troy 2 times. So that's a really nice thing for you guys to do. Check him out. Be over there. Check those things out. Well, Troy, it's 10:04.
Yeah.
How do you think it went for your first time over here on the air? Oh, we got commercial. I knew that was going to happen one of these days. Hang loose here for a minute.
Shoot. Now with the Share Everything
well, my phone
plan
made
from
it.
Verizon,
That's
connect your camera along with your smartphone and tablet. All your devices connected by one simple plan on the powerful network. Connect more so you can do more. The Share Everything plan from Verizon. Add additional devices like the Samsung Galaxy camera for $5 monthly access.
Oops.
All right, one more here. One more quick commercial. We'll get right back to everybody. Oh, it's the same commercial. How nice.
Shoot. Now with the Share Everything plan from Verizon, connect your camera along with your smartphone and tablet. All your devices connected by one simple plan on the
next
powerful
Monday,
network.
9 o'clock, same thing, same time.
So
we'll do another show.
Okay.
The Share Everything plan
And
from
just
Verizon.
for everybody that's still
Add
in
additional
here,
devices
I
like the
have a
Samsung
video.
Galaxy camera for $5 monthly access.
Oh, okay.
All
Let
right.
me know.
All right, Troy. So
yeah,
your show here, you did great. You did wonderful. I know you were nervous about this thing. I want to thank everybody for being here. Now, next week, we're going to do it again, and that's going to be a regular thing for you, right, Troy? As long as the phone don't die somewhere along the way. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here. We'll have Troy on, and maybe we'll get him to show his face one of these days, but he's doing it via the phone, so you guys have to do the best he can with what he's got out there. Go ahead, Troy. You want to throw some comments in for your fans before we cut out?
Yeah, I want to thank you all for being here. I'll be back next week, same time. Anybody can join. Tell everybody, tell your friends. I will be uploading a video yet tonight. All the video from the weekend I've compiled, so keep watching. It takes about an hour to upload on this phone. So thank you all for coming, and thank you for being there.
And don't forget, check out his website, thediyworld.com. You can leave him messages over there and get hold of him over there. And you can check out stuff here, aroundthecabin.com. And our heartfelt, we grieve with everybody at the Boston Marathon today. And we hope they catch those people and do terrible things to them with fish hooks and dull knives.
For those who missed this, it'll be on YouTube later once you get it to me.
Yep.
All right. So maybe tomorrow we'll have this uploaded on my channel.
Yep, we're going to work at getting this pulled out and see what we got here. And we'll see you all for Troy next week, tomorrow at 8 p.m. Troy's the only one going at 9 right now. Tomorrow at 8 p.m., the Dude Jerky comes on here. So I want you guys to be here for that. And we've got new shows coming up, and we've actually got some new hosts coming in. We're working on some more stuff. We've got a cooking show coming up later this week that we're going to put together and put up on here. So good old down-home cooking. Maybe Troy will get a couple recipes.
Yeah.
Thank you all for being here. You all have a wonderful night. Troy, tell them goodbye for us, and we'll cut out of here, buddy.
All right, bye, everybody. Thanks a lot.